There is a very strange rule in life that many people do not notice. If you pay attention, you will see that some people seem to always be lucky. Opportunities often come looking for them. Good people appear around them. Their lives seem lighter and smoother. But there are also people who seem to run into trouble wherever they go. Whatever they do is full of obstacles. Unwanted things keep repeating in their lives. At first glance, we may think it is fate. But if you observe more carefully, you will realize something very profound. Life often reflects the energy within each person. Our minds are like an invisible magnet. They quietly send out signals every day through our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and attitudes toward life. Over time, those signals gradually attract similar circumstances. It is not because the universe favors some people over others, but because human beings tend to create reality from what they deeply believe in their hearts. The thoughts in your mind are not harmless. Many people think that thoughts are just thoughts. What impact could a passing thought possibly have? But the truth is that what you repeat in your mind every day will eventually become a belief. And beliefs quietly control your actions. If someone constantly thinks, "I'm not good enough," "Life is too difficult," "Everything I do fails," then those very thoughts will cause them to hesitate more, fear challenges, give up early, and gradually, they end up confirming exactly what they once believed. Not because they lack ability, but because they placed limits on themselves very early. On the other hand, people who maintain positive beliefs tend to see things differently. They face difficulties just like everyone else, but they believe. But things will eventually work out. Failure is just a lesson. I can find a way. That belief keeps them moving forward. And if they keep walking long enough, opportunities will appear. Life often gives back exactly what you focus on. There's something very interesting. When you start paying attention to something, you begin to see it everywhere. For example, if you constantly think that others are jealous of you, you will easily notice unfriendly looks and unpleasant comments. But if you focus on the good things, you will realize that there are also many kind people around you. This world is not just one color, but where you place your attention will determine the color of the life you see. So if someone focuses only on injustice, they will feel that life is full of injustice. If someone appreciates small things, they will see many reasons to be grateful. Negative energy works like a loop. When someone gets caught up in emotions such as anxiety, jealousy, resentment, fear, dissatisfaction, those emotions do not exist only in the mind. They affect how you speak, how you look at others, how you react to situations, how you make decisions, and those behaviors create results that make you feel even more negative. It becomes a closed circle. The more negative you think gives, the more negative you act gives the more negative results you receive. That is why some people feel that life is always against them. But in reality, they are unknowingly maintaining that very loop. Gratitude is the fastest way to change the energy of your life. There is something very simple, yet very powerful. When a person truly feels grateful for what they have, their mindset changes. They begin to realize they still have their health, they still have family, they still have people who care about them, they still have opportunities to try. When people look at life through the lens of gratitude, they complain less. Their minds become lighter, and their decisions become wiser. Sometimes changing your life does not begin with a big step, but simply with changing the way you see what you already have. Avoiding problems only makes them return more often. In life, everyone has difficulties they want to avoid. Some people avoid responsibility. Some avoid conflict. Some avoid failure. But strangely, the more we try to avoid something, the more often we seem to encounter it. Because the lessons life wants to teach us do not disappear just because we turn our backs on them. They will return in another form until we are mature enough to face them. Instead of fearing change, sometimes we need to open our hearts to accept it. Because every challenge carries a lesson we need in order to grow. Do not let worries about the future steal your present. Many people spend their entire lives preparing for tomorrow. They always think, when I have more money, when my job becomes more stable, when everything becomes perfect, then they will truly start living. But tomorrow simply turns into another tomorrow. In the end, people spend their entire lives worrying about the future and forget that the present is the only thing that truly exists. Dreams and goals are important, but if we only live in fear of the future, we will miss many precious moments of life. Your reality begins with what you believe. Perhaps the law of attraction is not magic. It does not turn dreams into reality with a single thought. But one thing is certain. What you believe affects how you live every day. How you live every day affects the path you walk. And the path you walk creates your life. So take care of your mind like a garden. If you plant good seeds, hope, belief, gratitude, kindness, the desire to grow, over time, that garden will bloom. But if you allow seeds such as fear, doubt, resentment, jealousy to grow, that garden will become wild and barren. In the end, a person's life is created from the seeds in their mind. So perhaps the most important thing is not what the outside world looks like, but what exists within us. When the inside changes, the outside will eventually change as well. And maybe one day you will realize, life does not only happen to us. We are also quietly creating it every single day. Follow and subscribe to the channel so that luck will always come to you.